Welcome to Fight News Now Extra. I'm John Pollock. We're chatting all of the news going down today in mixed martial arts with John Ramdine and Robin Black. We will hear from UFC strawweight champion Carla Esparza as she prepares to defend her title this Saturday. Johnny Hendricks gets set for weigh-in day, and Anthony Pettis breaks down his opponent at UFC 185. This Saturday's UFC card from Dallas will see the return of lightweight champion Anthony Pettis just 3 months after his last title defense, as he will defend against Rafael dos Anjos. Dos Anjos has won 8 of his last 9 fights with 3 consecutive wins heading into this championship title opportunity. Pettis spoke to the media this week, assessing his opponent coming up on Saturday.
He's dangerous, man. Honestly, he's probably the most dangerous guy I see on the lightweight roster, besides Khabib, you know? I mean, Khabib beat him, so you gotta say that. But other than that, man, Dos Anjos beat Cerrone, Dos Anjos beat Henderson. Us 3 are at the top of the division, so we're just gonna battle it out to see who's the best. He's just having fault somebody like me. I feel like Dos Anjos is a good fighter. There's a lot of good fighters in the lightweight division, but I'm a great fighter. And that's the difference between us two, I think. I mean, he has the same access to the same training, but I just have this mindset and this willpower, this confidence that when I go in there, I just feel invincible.
The other championship fight on Saturday will feature the women's strawweight title being defended by Carla Esparza as she meets undefeated Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Earlier this week, we spoke to Esparza to break down the undefeated fighter from Poland.
I look at Joanna in a very basic way. She's, you know, a heavy hitter, an amazing striker with great takedown defense, and an ability to weather the storm on the ground and work her way back up. You know, I kind of look at it that way, and I just want to go out there and impose my will on her. You know, she's an amazing athlete. She's the #1 contender for a reason.
And finally, we hear from Johnny Hendricks, who's just days away from meeting Matt Brown at UFC 185 in his home state of Texas. Hendricks has made many changes to his diet since his loss to Robbie Lawler this past December and dropping the welterweight title. Cutting to 170 has always been a struggle for Hendricks, who spoke about how the cut is going this week after all of his adjustments.
I think it's the best I've been, weight-wise and everything. Because when I used to do it on my own, I would pretty much starve myself to make 170, right? I learned some things from Mike Dolce, how to do certain things, how to do this, how to prep your body for this weight cut, right? So I took what he's taught me and what I know from wrestling, and I sort of pulled back and said, hey, if we're gonna sit here and point fingers at anybody, I want to be on me. You know what I mean? And how do I prevent that? I prevent that by doing the right things, going out there, training, getting back in the weight room, lifting, you know, like everything feels a lot better. Don't get me wrong, it sucked during the camp because I didn't lose 1 workout and I added in 4 more workouts. You know what I mean? So at 19, now I'm at 23, then you add in runs every day. You know what I mean? So everything, but I think it's gonna be the best performance I'm hoping that I can do in the octagon.
And this Saturday night, we've got our UFC 185 preview show at 7 p.m. Eastern. Everyone is looking great this week, and it will be our best preview show yet. We're here with John Ramdine and Robin Black getting set for UFC 185 coming up this weekend. Let's chat about some weight issues as we look ahead to here. We have both Henry Cejudo, who's going to try and make 125 pounds when he takes on Chris Carriazo. We also have Johnny Hendricks, who has never officially missed weight, but it's certainly been a big struggle, a struggle that has led to him making a lot of changes for this particular camp. Those are probably the 2 guys to watch on weigh-in day happening here on Fight Network at 5 o'clock on Friday night.
Yeah, Johnny Hendricks is going to be fine. I don't know if anybody's seen the video of him, but he is looking jacked right now. Clearly, strength and conditioning, a part of his focus. I don't think he's going to have any issues making the weight. Johnny Hendricks, a professional, he's a champion at 170 pounds. He's going to be fine.
And an elite wrestler, and those guys are the best. Although so is Cejudo. This is the youngest ever gold medalist in wrestling in the U.S. But Hendricks is a good old farm boy who likes to hit guys with his left hand and wrestle them down. But he never, I think, really heavily focused on conditioning and nutrition. And I think he's done it so much so now that people will be talking about drug tests after they see how good he looks. He shouldn't, because it is very possible to accomplish these things, to get your body fat down low and stuff when you prioritize it. So judo, you want to make a little money. Apparently, Paul Shaughnessy, who has Bookie Beatdown on our website, was saying you can bet against whether Cejudo is going to come in over 126.1 or under.
These are the prop bets that people live for. Hendricks, I mean, this also favors the fact that he is preparing for a 3-round fight here with Matt Brown. I think Matt Brown is an incredible welterweight, but a fully conditioned Johnny Hendricks over the course of 15 minutes, you throw in the wrestling there. In terms of the striking, I think almost cancels one another out with these two. I think we're going to see a lot of Hendricks wrestling on Saturday night. This is a fight, it's very hard to go against Johnny Hendricks in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, especially because the styles. And we know that we've seen so many fighters make improvements. Actually, the entire sport of mixed martial arts constantly improving in the takedown defense as well as the getting up department. But Johnny Hendricks, and as we've talked about before, an elite wrestler, especially in mixed martial arts. We know that he knows that Matt Brown, one of his biggest weapons is to keep this fight standing. Why mess around when you know that a title fight does hang in the balance? The most important thing, get in there, put Matt Brown on his back, and get the 3-round victory.
Yeah, the absolute #1 priority for Johnny Hendricks, who believes and has proven that he's championship material, is win this fight. And the best way to win this fight is put this guy down. And actually, Matt Brown plays into that because Matt Brown's game is move forward. And when a guy is moving forward, if you want him down, you do not retreat. You move forward, you meet him there, and you go to the ground. So it kind of plays into it. Nonetheless, Matt Brown can smash your face and he can intimidate you. He can get you moving backwards. So he's in this fight, but Hendricks is and should be a pretty big favorite.
Quick thought on a lightweight fight that we haven't talked about yet. Ross Pearson and Sam Stout. These are two guys I expect to stand for 15 minutes here. A very difficult fight for Sam Stout, but Ross Pearson, also somebody that we have seen stopped it recently against Ali Quinta.
Yeah, very true. This is a winnable fight for Sam. He's just got to use his experience, and he's got to bring it. This is the fight that I think fight fans love to watch. Two guys that are going to stand and trade. They're going to take punishment. They're going to dish it out. This is a fight fans fight.
A lot of people are selling Sam short in this one. They don't feel his last couple of years have been that strong. Sam is a master of the fundamentals, and you win fights with fundamentals. Sam is training down in Windsor with Reno Belcastro, who's an outstanding kickboxing coach, outstanding MMA coach. Sam will be ready. It's an important fight for him as a fan-favorite action fighter, and I'm excited to see this one.
Those two will be headlining the TSN prelims on Saturday night, and of course our preview show kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern Saturday night. But right now we have more of Fight News Now Extra.